Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive transformational life coach and astrologist, and I'm here to give you the new moon in Virgo update coming up on August 27. Yeah, not too far away, right? And for all those that have been following me, liking, and subscribing to my channel, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for supporting me on this journey that I'm on as an astrologist and life coach. So let's get right into it. The new moon in Virgo, as you can see, my background is very Virgo. Virgos are very perfectionistic, observant, and analytical. They prize simplicity over big, extravagant things. I have a Virgo moon, and there are shadow qualities to Virgos. They can be overly critical, not only on themselves, but on others as well. They can have high expectations of people and always seem to be let down. Other shadow aspects of Virgo would be overthinking and over analytical. You could dice things down to a very small particle, and we already are really small in this universe, and it can create a lot of anxiety. So we want to lean more on letting go and letting God, which is more of Pisces, its opposite sign. But right now, we're in Virgo season. You know what? I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of just August. So August 1st, it started off very intense conjunction between Mars and Uranus. Mars is the planet of war and drive, and Uranus is the planet of eccentricity and shock, and it rules the nervous system. So we could have been very anxious and nervous, and maybe had some very surprising new information that kind of changed the trajectory of our reality and maybe how we saw others. Now, Venus opposes Pluto is about our relationship and money, because Venus was in Cancer, is moved into Leo, and it was opposing Pluto in Capricorn, which is destroying our old system. Now, this has to do with our relationships and our money and how we provide for ourselves. So maybe we could have saw some limitations and constriction in what we were manifesting. We're looking maybe for better ways and maybe being more independent and self-sufficient, and having the courage to really move forward despite the circumstances. Now, we just got done with the full moon in Aquarius that landed on my birthday, August 11th and 12th, which is the biggest meteor shower of the year. But since how there was a full moon, then the meteor shower is very hard to see. I didn't see anything, but I did see a beautiful moon, and it was on top of Saturn, and right beside it was Jupiter in the sky, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was camping, and I was by the campfire, and so I couldn't have asked for anything more or better. So this was a very intense transformational full moon, and it called us to let go of not only the relationships that were no longer serving us, but also like letting go of attachment and letting go of our old ways of thinking, and maybe the old kind of system and old world maybe that we were raised around, and looking at relationships from our perspective and maybe not a conditioned or trained perspective from our family members. Our relationship with our mothers and female figures in our life really came to the forefront and was confronted and revealed some of the things around that, which could also have an effect on our relationships, right? Because our mothers and fathers, or the lack thereof, definitely have a play in our relationships. Now, the let's see, the third quarter was on Thursday. I'm recording this on Friday, and Mars is entering Gemini tomorrow. Okay. And Gemini is going to be there until 2023. And I think March, because of Mars's retrograde. Now, Mars retrograde only happens once every couple years. So this we're definitely going to feel. So go ahead and look in your chart where Gemini is. If you don't know where it is, please send me a message. You can go to my link tree, go to my website, www.lucidlivingmovement.com, and purchase a reading. And I can get right into that and show you where these things are affecting you and for the future as well. It's nice to be prepared. Now, with Mars retrograde, it's going to start on Halloween, which is one of my favorite holidays of the year. And it goes direct on January 13th, 2023. However, it stays in Gemini until March of 2023. So there's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of drive, a lot of busyness, a lot of action in the area of Gemini and where Gemini is in our chart. So if you are Gemini, you have Gemini placements, this is definitely going to affect you because it's going to be hanging out for a while. So if you don't know where this is, like I said, hit me up. Now, unlike Mercury, Mars retrogrades 2 times a year. Mercury retrogrades 3 times a year. And the sun is going to enter Virgo on the 22nd. Okay. And Uranus goes retrograde on the 24th. So this will be the 5th planet retrograde. And this is going to be slowing us down. And we're going to want to go inward. Okay. And kind of process everything that's happened up to date. Now, Virgo rules the Hermit card and the tarot. So it's about introversion in a way that is more productive, where you're choosing to detach from others and to really go in and have some soul searching time. Maybe some seeking inner guidance, solo time, introspection. And it's easy to repeat past patterns, right? And continue picking up on old habits. We might have seen that we kind of fell back into addiction or fell back into habits that we used to do that are just no longer serving us. And this is the time to really release and let it go. And forgive yourself. We all fall short, right? And this is a time to reevaluate and make sure that you're heading in the right direction. Now, you know what? I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you the chart and the ephemeris. I think it's very educational. So I made this little slide, and it's about stepping forward and making a decision. That's what the new moon in Virgo is all about, in my opinion. So let's see. How do I just go forward? I just tap the screen. Oh, okay. There we go. Here's the ephemeris for August. And as you can see, we're right over here. The sun is in Leo and the moon is in Gemini. And then on the 20th, okay, so that's where we are, the 20th, the 21st. And it looks like the sun will be entering Virgo on the 24th of this year, which is super kind of cool. So we've had a change. When back before the little shift that we've had, they changed on the 22nd. So it doesn't really change your zodiac. You are who you were when the planets were doing and the earth was doing one thing, right? So maybe the new baby's being born. If you're born on August 23rd, you're going to be a 29-degree Leo or a 0-degree Virgo. Just depends on where it switches over. Now, so this is the moon. The moon's going to be entering Cancer. And then we're going to look here on the 27th. And we're going to have the sun in Virgo. And the moon in Virgo, that's what the new moon is. It's when the sun and the moon are conjunct. This is what us astrologers use to really see what the planets are doing. Now, if I move over, these are R's, which are for retrograde. This is when the planet is the closest to Earth and is kind of having a hard time communicating, because when things are super loud or close, it's hard to see the big picture, right? And when someone's yelling at you, you can't really hear the words. You're in fight or flight. So it's kind of the same thing with planets. So we have Mars switching into Gemini, and we have Uranus turning retrograde on this new moon. So moving on and forward, here's the chart. Now, the new moon in Virgo is on the 27th at 1:17 a.m. And I'll actually wanted to read the inside degrees for this. It's called Small Piglets Dressed in Baby Clothes. Trying exceedingly hard to fit perfectly within prescribed standards and attributes and values that are traditional and conventional. Intent on memorizing each gesture, every turn of phase. You are almost hysterically straight and narrow outwardly in juxtaposition to how you really see, feel, and respond to things. Inside, there is quavering and intensely alive and overwhelmingly primal life force generator. Who's a generator? I'm a generator. But any way that you try to put it forth is troubling. There is no place for utterly other, total maverick spirits in the midst of ordinary life. So you engage in 1,000 disguises, try absolutely everything, ultimately ending up forced to be transparent, direct, throbbingly real, and so ardently secure that it becomes just the way you are. And you need to be a part of the mix as the ingredient we all need, so that the earth comes through and speaks and dances and reminds others that they too are surpassingly strange. So we're all very strange, and we all have perfectionisms. And with Virgo, Virgo is also the healer. So this is the new moon about healing ourselves and healing our relationships with others, because ultimately our relationships with others really reflects the relationship that we have within ourselves. So the aspects for this new moon, there's I'd say about 3 that really stuck out to me, and it doesn't look like they're here. They're not all here, but Mars square this new moon. So here's Mars at 4 degrees, and it's squaring 4 degrees, sun and the moon. And this is it could be a very like irritating. You might feel a little irritated. Maybe things aren't moving as fast as you'd like them to, or maybe you're a little frustrated with your progress of wanting to step forward and wanting to get into these new routines and stuff, that just maybe you're just not there yet. But it's okay. There's still this 2-week cycle and this building up. And then we'll have the full moon in Pisces on September 10th, which I'll do a video on that. I've kind of caught up. At least it's not the day before the new moon. So we also have Venus opposed Saturn, which is really frustrating. It didn't even show up on my slide. That's how much it doesn't want to have relations with anything. So it might be the time of where you just want to go inward and you really don't want to connect with your partner. You don't want to connect with people. And there could even be some relationship problems around that, of just the lack of communication and interaction. Even though Virgo rules communication, this is why we want to wear certain crystals that activate the throat chakra and communication, because yes, we want to go inward, we want to soul search, we want to have that time, but we also don't want to shut out the people that we love. And so just being mindful of that around this new moon so your relationships don't suffer. Now, the Mercury is opposed Jupiter. This is a very kind of quirky, like energy driven. I put a light bulb here because these are like really good ideas, and which is great if you're, and I highly recommend that you're doing meditation, that this is your introversion. Do your homework in the morning or in the evening. If you have a kid, just put them down early or get up early, depending on if you're a morning or a night person, and have that time for meditation and reflection, and really ask your God, your guides, or whoever that you pray to, archangels, and ask for guidance, ask for clarity. And yeah, it's a really good time to get some clarity in what you're seeking. Okay, so let's move on. Oh yeah, I'll go around the zodiac. So I'm gonna face you this way. I have my chart set up over here, and okay, so this is the houses, and you want to look at where your rising is. And so Aries, if you are an Aries, this is happening for you in your sixth house. Sixth house is health routines, and our health habits, how we work. And you can see right here, the sixth house, health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, pets. This is a Virgo house, a sense of usefulness and service. So be of service. If you can be of service, give out, promos. If you have a business, maybe discounts to create more flow in your work and more new clientele and stuff like that. And also, this is a question you want to ask yourself: how do you work, and is it working for you? Do you see how do you see how this girl is, like, she's just so frustrated with how she's been working? Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. Oh, slides, please. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm just not there yet, with all this technology stuff. It's okay. I'm not gonna be critical and hard on myself. I'm just gonna do what I know. Okay, so Taurus, this is happening in your fifth house of romance, love affairs. This is a time to get creative. You have children, play with them, be childlike, connect with them, self-expression, and a bit of drama. Now, if you are a Gemini, this is happening in your fourth house of home. So this is all centered around your home, your children, your relationship with your family members, and getting some kind of like a solid foundation in your home. You could be moving. Maybe you're arranging or wanting to paint or organize your space. Maybe you're just so sick of the clutter, or maybe you've been working on it and the new moon, it's all practically done. You just get to kick back, kick your feet up, and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because that's what Virgo season's about. It is the harvest from everything that we have been working so hard for. And it's a time to start anew, as it is the sixth house, which means we have successfully completed half of the year, which is 6 months. Okay, so we are working on the next 6 months. How do we want those 6 months to look? Moving on, Cancer, this is in your third house of communication. This also has to do with your siblings. This is your mind, thinking, communication, also your siblings, your relationship with your siblings, and your social activities, interacting with your neighbors, and just around your neighborhood and to the store. Okay, so there is maybe going to be a new route. Maybe they're doing detours. So just keep your eyes peeled. Now, or maybe you're just having a new home base. And so you are communicating in a different way or a different fashion. Okay, so Leos, this is happening in your second house. This is our value, what we value, how we want our finances to look, how are we providing for ourselves, and are we happy with how we're providing for ourselves? Money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, and your work. Because the second, the sixth, and the 10th house all work together. So what you value is what you're going to do on the daily basis, and what you do on the daily basis is going to get you to where your career and legacy puts you. Okay. So Virgos, this is happening in your first house. This is all centered around yourself, your appearance, how you appear to others, and your body, your clothes, your hair. You might want to take on a new look, or a new way that you want to be seen in the world. Next, Libras, this is happening in your 12th house. This is a wrap up. This is an ending. This is kind of closure. I think that there's going to be a lot of new beginnings because of clarity that you're getting from the other side. Okay. So maybe you're going to see things that were hidden, and it's going to kind of change the way that you're moving about this particular paradigm. So endings, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma, afterlife, what's happening? What's happened? Where are you heading? Do you want to continue doing what you're doing? Letting go of addiction? Great time to let go of an addiction. Okay. If you smoke cigarettes, alcohol, whatever it is, forgive yourself, release it, and this new moon will help you really get into your health habits. Really great time to join a gym. Okay. So Scorpios, this is happening in your 11th house. Groups, friendships, social awarenesses, humanitarian, your friends, your groups, right? So this is a new beginning. You might be meeting a lot of new people. You might be in a new group. Maybe you started extracurricular activity on the side and you're meeting new friends. And Sagittarius, this is happening in your 10th house. This is really good. I mean, if you've been looking for a new career, you've been looking for a job, maybe you've been applying to places, putting out your resume, this is a really good indicator that you might have an offer, okay? Which is great because this is the house of career and long-term goals, and even commitments. And yeah, so you want to look at your Saturn for that. Now, Capricorn, this is happening in your 9th house. So Capricorns, this is a new, maybe there's some travel, and maybe you want to start a new vocation. You want to go back to school. You maybe have even a new spiritual outlook, and you want to just focus on maybe you'll have opportunities to travel, even for work or overseas trading. Okay. Aquarius, this is happening in your 8th house of other people's resources. How do other people provide? There's going to be a new beginning here. And this has to do with taxes, loans, banks, inheritance, intimacy, and, sex, and the taboo stuff. There could be something new centralized around the intimacy as well. Now, last but not least, our Pisces, which is opposing you guys. And so this is new beginnings in your partnerships or your relationships. So it could even be business partnerships and marriages. A really good day to solidify a relationship and start moving things forward. And this is all about interpersonal connections. And yeah, so there's that. So as a wrap up here, this is a really good time to break habits and addictions. How you do your work, is it working for you? Change up your daily routines, join a gym, and really think about creating more structure in your life so you could be the best lively person. Also, if you need to clear out clutter, you haven't started, maybe you didn't get it done in spring or in summer, it's time to organize and clear out clutter of the past. This is one of my businesses before I became a life coach and astrologist, and I still have it. It's professional home organizing and housekeeping. And if you would like to hire me, if you're in the area, I would love to help. I love organizing spaces. I love getting rid of stuff. It's my Virgo moon. Okay. So here are all my contacts. If you are, ooh, okay, bye. All right, I'm done sharing. Here you go. I'll put it right here. So you can follow me on Instagram. I have a TikTok that I'm trying to be more active on. I'm doing like little daily things here and there. And I have a Facebook, Lucid Living Movement, your Lucid Living Coach. And if you'd like any organizing, you could hit me up on my phone and you can send me a text. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing now. Did I stop sharing? Okay, yeah, I guess I stopped sharing. That's how that works. Hey, it's all learning curve when I start getting a little more fancy with my stuff. All right, so I am going to start with a card reading. Okay. I hope you're enjoying this video. Po air tea. Love them Po air teas. Tim Ferriss is one of my favorite authors. And he was talking about Po air tea. And he is one of my influencers. I love all his books. Break Free. That's my book. So you could go to my website too and purchase Break Free to Stand in Your Power, Break Free to Peace and Love and Unity. If you'd like to support me in that way as well. I'm a co-author in 2 international best-selling books. Something that really got me through the death of my dad and the death of my dog. So I'm really happy and grateful for that community and building community in that. Toastmasters, all my community there, all those people I love that really helped me get through a lot of hard times, and I will forever be grateful. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this a reading pretty simple and quick. I'm going to start off with the Shadows of Fate deck. I love these cards. They're absolutely beautiful. Look at that gold. Okay. Whoa, popped out. Get curious. Okay. Get curious, guys. Surrender. It's beautiful. Okay. This is what the Virgo Pisces polarity. Virgo energy is strong. You need to tap into the Pisces, which is about surrender, letting go. Getting curious is definitely a Virgo card. Virgos are very inquisitive and they need receipts. They need to know the truth. They're very truthful and honest people. And they're really smart. So get curious. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is the same as Gemini. So they're really grounded Geminis. And release. What are we releasing? Looks like the frog. All right, so I will stick with those 3. I'm going to roll the dice, see what the focus is. Ooh, okay. So we have 3rd house, Uranus, Cancer. Okay. Cancer, I want you to be very mindful, operating machinery, driving in your space, and be careful for communicating. Really think before you move forward. Okay, so also the home, there's going to be a lot of some changes in the home. And yeah, so let's see, let's pull a tarot card. Ooh, oh, ah, ah. Oh my Jesus Lord. It's so crazy the way this stuff. Four of Swords, okay? This is all about rest and introversion and really thinking about what you want before moving forward. The Eight of Pentacles is all your hard work is going to pay off. This is harvest season. You're going to reap the rewards of all your hard work. And it's also about focusing on what's next, what's new, okay? What do you want your results to be for the next time around? Okay. The Strength card. Okay, this is a Leo card. The King of Cups. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces card. So yeah, we got Seven of Wands. Making sure that things are working for you. You don't want to overwork yourself. You don't want to do work that is just you're working in circles with yourself. You don't want to continue repeating. You need the courage to really step forward into living your best life and overcoming these addictions and get to a point where you are emotionally in control of how you're feeling, because we can just get on those addiction cycles and we could just work until we are tired, tuckered out, and rely on our addictions. So there's definitely a lot of, oh my God. Okay. So, wow. So there's the Nine of Cups here. You definitely have a lot coming forth. Okay. There's a lot available, and it's just about finding that there is definitely a completion and an ending. So every new moon is a new beginning. Therefore, there has to be completions. There's things that need to wrap up and that you need to let go of, which is maybe people that are getting out of your way of fully committing to someone that you really love. It could be addictions. And this is exhaustion, right? Okay, this is exhaustion. Okay, so this is crazy. So I pulled Seven of Wands, okay, both ways. So this one was reversed. This one was upright. And this is about challenge, completion, protection, and perseverance. So if you've stuck in there, you did the work, okay? You thought about what you wanted. You did the work. Choose to get through, right? Don't give up. You could feel overwhelmed sometimes, especially when you're on the right track, because when you want something and there's a day that you just did not get enough done, or maybe you reverted back to your old ways of drinking or smoking cigarettes or drug addiction, make sure to understand the forgiveness factor. You have to forgive yourself and say, you know what? I might have fallen short of the glory of God today, but tomorrow I'm going to pick myself up, and I'm going to get back on my mission. So you can't give up. You can't give up, but you also need time to rest. You need time to rest, and you don't want to get exhausted. You don't want to do that. Look at these. Both Seven of Wands, which tells me that it's something that we need to focus on. So let's see. The Strength card. This is inner strength, self-doubt, low self-esteem, and raw emotion. You have to believe in yourself, right? Law of attraction, power of thought is real. This is what you want. You want strength and courage, influence. Okay? We want to be courageous and make courageous changes and moves towards the things that we desire and want, and understand that we're going to have our cups filled, like all these cups, if we stick in it and have the courage to trust, to let go, to trust in the process, let go of outcome, and be in the moment, and accept love, accept family, accept transformation, transmutation, and let go of the outcome. So I wanted to look this up and just make sure I'm on the right track here. Contentment, satisfaction, wish come true. Yeah, so I was right. I just like to make sure. I'm an intuitive reader, but I also, my Virgo moon wants the exact definition of each card. It's super annoying when I know I'm right, you know? It's like that's that Virgo energy. King of Cups. I'm going to look up that one, even though I know that the message is very clear. It's that Virgo moon. Emotionally balanced, compassionate, and diplomatic. See, yeah, that's definitely where what I said. Let's get into these cards. All right, get curious. Get curious. 64. I'm so glad that first part of August was insane. I felt like I was in a twilight zone. I wasn't the only one either. That was really some hard energy to work through. A lot of past coming up. It's okay. Past comes up to show you sometimes how far you've come, how much you've grown, and it reminds you sometimes of why you left that behind, you know, and why you've changed. And sometimes we'll, you know, default to what we thought was comfortable for us, but it isn't in the new world, right? It's old world stuff we just need to let go of because we're all evolving. Now, this one is the Raven. So I'll read Get Curious. So a lot is said about how important it is to have a positive mindset, but not too much about a curious mindset. Curiosity can be the bridge to shifting our thought patterns. It is neutral but inviting. When we feel stuck, cynical, or and bored of life, so Virgo, tapping into the curiosity could help spark a rapid domino effect within our thoughts. There is so much in this world that we never know, but to simply begin wondering about what is around, you can snowball into passions and excitement that you never knew you had. If you are unsure where to begin, simply look around. How do flowers get their color? How did snakes evolve? Do dogs taste the same things as humans? Nothing is too silly. So the Raven teaches us that one of the most intelligent animals on this planet, they even outsmart chimps. I got them tattooed on me. They can make tools, solve puzzles, and plan for the future. They have quite a bit of trickster in them and have been known to leave gifts for people or open gates to livestock pens. Ravens have a sophisticated vocalization system with over 30 different patterns, but their curiosity manifests in many ways. One of the most impressive is that they can mimic human voices, kind of like parrots, I guess. The Raven can teach us how to be in a curious and playful state when we are approaching our challenging and or need to problem solve. So it's really good to just stay light and have a sense of humor when things get a little bit too serious or challenging. You just got to laugh at it, you know? All right, surrender, which we have gotten a couple surrender cards. So that's number 70. Need a little sippy whippy. We often hear the word surrender being thrown around intentional communities, and rightfully so. This is one of the primary lessons that we are on earth to learn. It is also one of the most challenging. To surrender is to have our human nature take a back seat. This is not easy, and we can find ourselves saying, I know how I should look at this, but we struggle when it comes to actually embodying it and putting it into practice. When we are working with larger concepts, it is important to break it down. Rather than embracing surrender like a mantra, enter into a dialogue with it. What does it mean? What does it look like if I surrender? If you were to surrender, how would you feel? How would you move through life? How would your heart, soul, mind, body feel? With the situation at hand, what would you engage differently? What are the small things that you can do daily that hold a container for surrender? Consider journaling around these questions and sit with what this card means for you and how you can integrate it. So let's see. I think this is the willow, a branch. Yeah, I think this is the willow card. One of the most magical things about willow is that a fallen branch can regrow into a tree. It contains a growth hormone that creates rapid rooting. In fact, you can use willow in aiding other plants in growing. Willow is an ally of rooting where you are. So often we want to be elsewhere, living in a different place, doing different work. We're reaching, but sometimes we are not sure to what. It is often our resistance to our current environment that prevents us from moving on. Working with Willow will allow you to root into your life, surrender to what it's teaching you now, and in turn, holding space for new ventures and new growth. We can't get to where we want to be without being where we are. So that's really beautiful. And we pulled the release card. Release 22. We got a little froggy. The frog. Releasing is a lot easier said than done. In fact, we can spend a whole lifetime trying to break free from our limiting beliefs and painful experiences. Sometimes we have an idea of where we want to go, so we compartmentalize and repress the things that we believe are holding us back. But we still want to honor ourselves and our experiences. We just want to give ourselves new options of behavior so we're not stuck within the same old patterns. The frog is a potent ally of releasing and repurposing. Sometimes we approach our perceived flaws as things to eliminate, but the frog teaches us that we can use that which no longer serves us as fuel for the new. I love that. Every week, the frog not only sheds its skin, it eats it. Okay. Nothing goes to waste. All things within us have a purpose as long as we can expand our minds to see it. How can you transmute what no longer serves you? How can you release, but also do it purposefully? And how can I serve you in a new way? So I love that. Please put in the comments below how I could serve you in a better way. And don't be sarcastic, because I know I have some friends that like to post things that are sarcastic. But do what you want. I don't care. So that's the end of our reading. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing my videos. And yeah, I'm super excited about this new moon in Virgo, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, peace out. Your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.